What is going on, Tana and J Man Show Nation? It is Monday night. It's August 17th, 2026. We are live with episode 508 of the Tana and J Man Show, streaming live on the ISC Sports Network, along with their X page, their Twitch channel, and their YouTube channel, and also streaming live on the Tana and J Man Show Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Hit that like button, that follow button, that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Do all those things that the kids say, so you're keeping up to date with the latest going on with the Tan and J-Man Show. I'm Tanner Lee, and next to me on the screen is not my normal co-host, Josh the J-Man Munt. He has the night off, taking the night off. It's my father, Arik Lee, called in the bullpen. We got the reliever.
Bring in the righty.
Will he produce a save? I don't know.
Probably not.
But how we doing, Dad?
Doing well. Yourself?
Doing well. Football season's right around the corner.
Yes,
in the state of Indiana. Meaningful games start this week. College games, week 0 is next week. So we're only 2 weeks away from week 1. And the NFL's 3 weekends away from now. So we're getting there.
Yeah, why did they have a week 0? That sounds pretty stupid.
I don't know why they branded it that. There's always been a couple games that have happened the week before the rest. I think the Big Ten, there's only one team in action. That's USC hosts San Jose State on NBC Saturday night of week 0, if that tells you anything about the schedule. I think the premier games, TCU and Iowa State over in Ireland, I believe.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But it's exciting that football's right around the corner, because for guys who aren't huge baseball fans or in the weeds of baseball, like you and myself, July and August can kind of be the dog days of summer.
Yeah, I agree.
But J-Man will be back next week. We'll have our ACC conference preview, and we'll include Notre Dame. And then the following week, leading into week 1, we'll do our Big Ten conference preview. So a lot of good stuff coming up.
All right.
I have some birdie or bogey with me this evening. It'd usually be my turn to answer, but we'll let Josh give me a question next week. And I like this question, but I really got to explain it. It's kind of difficult to explain. So I'm going to try my best here.
Okay.
Since we're doing the SEC conference preview tonight, or the SEC, I should say, since conference is in that name, Southeastern Conference, there's been 6 SEC coaches who coached at least a game in the 2010s with at least 100 career SEC wins. Can you name me those 6 coaches? So some of them are still active. Some of them coached both in the 2010s and into the 2020s, but some of them on the list called it quits, as in maybe retiring in the 2010s. Maybe they went to a different conference in the 2010s, but they coached at least a game for an SEC school in the 2010s, and all 6 of them have at least 100 SEC conference career wins.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yes. I was going to do back to 2000 because it adds some other ones that retired in the 2000s, but I thought this was complicated enough.
Yeah, I agree with you. Pretty complicated.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some of these coaches from a decade and a half ago.
I think some names will come to you as we go on.
I've got a few down, but.
And I didn't want to do Heisman Trophy related like I would have if J-Man was on the show, probably, because you and I spent some time together on Saturday, and I gave you a bunch of Heisman trivia. So I felt like it was too, it's too fresh in your mind.
Yeah, so I was hoping you said Heisman. I was ready to go.
Nope, I know you'd be ready to go. If we didn't do that quiz over the weekend, I probably would have went in that direction. But Birdie or Bogey is brought to you by Jarrety's Place and Arlington Public House, both great local restaurants located in Main Street in Rochester, Indiana. Over the weekend, Arlington Public House had a weekend special of a mango pineapple grilled chicken with corn ribs and Texas pedal dipping sauce.
Okay.
So it was juicy grilled chicken breast marinated in their house-made mango pineapple salsa, topped with fresh salsa, and served with seasoned sweet corn ribs and a creamy Texas pedal dipping sauce. It's sweet, it's smoky, it's savory, and those corn ribs, all caps, the post says. So, yeah, I'd probably give that a try. I like pineapple. I like mango.
Yeah, maybe. That's a maybe for me.
The corn ribs are a little different looking. I mean, it looks like sweet corn shaped in ribs.
Sweet corn shaped in ribs. All right.
That's what it looks like. So, and of course, Thursday night they had their actually this upcoming Thursday, at 6 p.m. they have mixed tape bingo going on from 6 to 8 p.m. Half off margaritas as well. So
okay,
there you go. If you're looking for something to do Thursday night, go hit up the Arlington Public House. Well, like I said, we got the SEC to cover tonight. We'll save that for later in the show.
Okay.
Also, MLB is going on. I mean, we are a little over the halfway point in August now, so we really can start thinking about the playoffs. And also, the PGA Tour has their FedEx Cup championship going on, as the field has now been cut down to 50 guys going forward the next 2 weeks. And Live Golf has their final tournament of the season, maybe final tournament ever, going on this week down in Chatham Hills in Indianapolis, Indiana. So, what do you want to start with? I'll give it guest honors.
Let's kick off with baseball.
Baseball. All right. Yeah, like I said, right now, if the playoffs started today, which they do not, we still got a couple weeks to go, your playoff teams would be in the AL, the Tampa Bay Rays would be your American League East Division winners with a record of 74-49. They're 5.5 games ahead of the Yankees, 8.5 games over the Red Sox, 13.5 games over the Orioles, and 14.5 games over the Blue Jays. Your American League Central champs would be the Chicago White Sox. Keep waiting for them to fall. I don't think it's going to happen. They have a 5.5 game lead over the Detroit Tigers, a 6-game lead over the Twins, and a 6-game lead over the Guardians, and a 15-game lead over the Royals. And your American League West division winner would be the Houston Astros, who have a 2-game lead over the Rangers, a 4-game lead over the Mariners, a 13.5 game over the Athletics, and a 14-game lead over the Angels. So your wild card teams would be the Yankees, the Red Sox, and right now the Rangers with a 61-64 record would get in over the 60-64 Tigers.
Oh boy.
Yeah. The American League is bad this year.
Yeah. Well, there's opportunity there. Let's put it that way.
National League, your NL East Division winners would be the Atlanta Braves, who have a 7.5 game lead over the Phillies, 10.5 game lead over the Marlins, a 15-game lead over the Nationals, and an 18.5 game over the Mets. National League Central winners would be the Milwaukee Brewers, who have a 5-game lead over the Cubs, a 13-game lead over the Cardinals, a 16.5 game lead over the Pirates, and a 17.5 game lead over the Reds. International League division winners would be the LA Dodgers, who have a 7-game lead over the Padres, an 8-game lead over the Arizona Diamondbacks, a 22.5 game lead over the San Francisco Giants, and a 23.5 game lead over the Colorado Rockies. So your wild card teams would be the Cubs, the Phillies, and the Padres, with the Diamondbacks lurking right there.
Okay, well that would be more interesting, I think.
Still not a lot of new blood, though.
No.
Really, though, the White Sox would be your new blood. I mean, Red Sox has been a couple years, but they're the Red Sox. They've won a ton.
Did Tampa make the tournament last year? The playoffs?
I want to say no.
Yeah. Padres did. Dodgers did, obviously.
Brewers did.
Brewers and Cubs did. Phillies probably did.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, I think the National League might just be rerunning it.
Who's the most disappointing team in your eyes this season?
Probably the Mets.
Yeah, 56-69.
Yeah.
right now.
They spend a lot of money and don't get much return on their ROI is a little low. Let's put it that way.
How about the Blue Jays? 1 out away from winning the World Series last year, and they're 61 and 65.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Tigers, 16-64. They were pretty good last year, even though they got caught, if you remember right.
Right.
Last year. And everybody in the American League West. I thought the Mariners would be a lot better. They're 59 and 66.
Yeah, you got last year's MVP runner-up, Cal Raleigh's hitting about $150.
The big dumper. Yeah.
The big dumper took a big dump.
His power numbers are way down.
Yeah.
Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s numbers are way down.
Way down.
This year. It's just interesting how that can happen in baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, after the World Series last year, you thought you had to put Guerrero as one of the top 5 players in the baseball.
Absolutely.
But he's really struggled. So
yeah, sometimes you see some organizations especially young organizations or organizations filled with young rosters, I should say, because the Blue Jays are not a young organization as far as how long they've been around. But once they experience success for the first time in a while, and then there's expectations, then they don't know how to handle it.
Well, that's proven to be true for Toronto.
Yep. Looking at some upcoming schedules this week, a lot of the division leaders have series they should take care of business. The Dodgers start a series at Colorado. The Rays are hosting the Orioles, even though they're down 1-0 at the bottom of the third right now. Red Sox travel to Boston, Red Sox travel to Boston. Diamondbacks travel to Boston. That'll be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cubs and White Sox this week in Wrigley.
That's in Wrigley this time. Okay.
That'll be a big one. Let's see how many games that is.
3. I think the White Sox took 2 out of 3 at what is their park now?
Rate Field.
Rate Field.
Used to be guaranteed rate. Now it's just Rate Field.
Yeah. I still want to call it Comiskey.
Sure. I want to call it U.S. Cellular. Then the White Sox host the Braves.
Okay.
This week. And the Cubs, let's see where
they have Milwaukee coming up, don't they?
At Seattle.
Mm.
Yeah, for the weekend slate.
Well, Cubs did get a little bad news today. Their shortstop's out 4 to 6 weeks.
Then they're at Arizona to start next week. And then they must be back home. Then they host the Reds next weekend.
Okay.
So
they got some tough baseball for the next week and a half.
Yep, they sure do.
Well, they just lost to the Cardinals 2 out of 3. I think they were 3-3 this week, and I guess where they're at right now, as long as they can continue to go 3-3, they'll be just fine. But Swanson, he doesn't hit great, but he's a great fielder, and he's got a little pop in his bat. I think 18, 19 homers. So tough break. Just swinging at a pitch. I happened to be watching. He swung at one, and his rib cage kind of fell apart.
Hey, it can happen. And I'm not comparing me and my slow pitch softball teammates to Major League Baseball players, but one of my teammates moved his body weird trying to catch the line drive and then followed up the next inning swinging for the fences, and he 2 of his ribs went out of place. So
yeah, that's no good.
No, not good at all. So go ahead.
I was going to say I came up with something baseball related for you. Question. Of the 9 positions, includes designated hitter, does not include pitcher.
All right.
This is a hitting. What position on the field do you think has the highest batting average as a position group?
Second base.
Second base is second.
How about catcher?
Catcher's the worst.
Oh, jeez, good one, Tanner.
All the catchers combined to hit 228 this year.
I thought maybe it was just a position you would least expect. So just give it to me. Third base?
It's first base.
First. I expect first base to be more power hitters.
Power. Well, they not only lead in batting average, which is only 253, by the way.
Yeah.
But in walks, runs, extra base hits, home home runs, everything. It's first baseman. So you think of whatever team you follow. You follow the Yankees, for instance. Doesn't that Rice play first base?
Yes, Ben Rice. Yep. He was
So
in home run derby.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the position that you need to find a hitter.
Yeah.
Cubs have a kid, Michael Bush. He's okay,
Yeah.
but he's not. No, he's not up there with the top guys. So, yeah, I thought it was interesting. There's only 6 guys in baseball right now hitting over 300.
Well, how long do you have to be playing? I mean, I'm sure there's some guys that haven't played very long
Well,
this
right.
season. And I mean,
That
look
would
at
be-
Joshua Baez for the
Yeah.
Cardinals. His
Yeah.
MLB debut against the Cubs on Saturday, 3 home runs.
Yeah, you're right. But as far as guys who would qualify for the batting title, which is people who generally, average 2.5 to 3 at bats a game.
Right.
So, excuse me, there's 7 players over 300. But this Jordan Alvarez, and this is how little I've been following baseball. He leads the major leagues in hitting, and then he's in the top 3 in RBIs and home runs. So he's got a chance to win the exclusive Triple Crown, which is, I think there's only been about 10 guys that's ever won that. Cabrera from the Tigers won it here fairly recently, but after that it goes way back. Carl Yastrzemski, I think, did it one time, maybe Frank Robinson, but those are before your era. So
Yeah, I've heard of those guys, but definitely before my era.
If you've done a Triple Crown, you're in the Hall of Fame. Just put it that way. This means that you're the best power hitter and the best average hitter in the game. So
yeah, it's I lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was going to say.
Well, I guess baseball is almost at the 80% for the season now. So, a lot of these teams that are out of it, your Athletics and your Rockies and stuff, might be playing some young guys to see what they have. So,
those 2 teams have been doing that for years.
Unfortunately, they do it from day one. And,
the Athletics are ready just to get the next season, get to Vegas, probably.
Yeah.
Be established there.
Yeah.
It'll be weird.
So, yeah. Well,
it's just a matter of time before they get an NBA team, because Vegas will now be home to all the rest of professional. I mean, WNBA, NFL, MLB, NHL.
Yep.
It's just time for them to get an NBA team, and that's why I keep saying I think they'll expand by 2, and it'll be Seattle and Vegas, and then the Timberwolves and the Grizzlies move to the East.
Well, that makes too much sense.
Even though the Timberwolves, you can say, Minnesota's kind of wet, but Memphis definitely East.
Or New Orleans.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd say New Orleans and Memphis would make the most sense.
Yeah, you're probably right. I completely forgot about the Pelicans. They've been so irrelevant.
Yeah, they really have.
And I forget about their old name, the Hornets, Charlotte Hornets. I forget about the Hornets a lot of times too.
Yeah. You see, we're talking about a quick switch to the NBA. Halliburton, Pacers guard. He was upset that the Pacers weren't getting national TV for his return, which the first game of the year, which would be against New Orleans Hornets or New Orleans Pelicans, excuse me. And I can see why TV guys did not put that on.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful because he's going to become very unliked by everybody that's not a Pacer fan if he's not careful, and he's going to get the Pacers unliked too.
Yeah, as good as he is, I think he's overstating his value.
Yeah. Pacers will be very interesting this year because they'll be at more full strength this year than they were last year.
Oh, absolutely.
But to think they can make that run like they did 2 years ago when they lost Game 7 of the finals to the Oklahoma City Thunder, I'm not going that far.
Right, and they have Zubac this year, who's a 14-10 guy. And he doesn't need the ball all the time.
Yeah,
but and then they got the Purdue connection on the bench down there.
Finally, as of today, Braden Smith.
Yeah, he signed today.
2-way deal with the Indiana Pacers and a Noblesville Boom. So one of the last rookies to sign.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he'll probably be playing quite a bit for the Boom, but he'll be dressing for the Pacers, probably.
He's going to be playing more than he did at Purdue and making less money.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
is just you just shake your head at.
Yeah,
Just crazy. That's the
every
day and
kid's
age we live in now.
every kid's dreams to make an NBA team, though. So
Yep. Yep. But I mean, how ridiculous is that? Like the fact that I just stated out loud that he made more money collegiately than he will professionally. That needs to stop.
yeah,
But it's not going to.
yeah,
It's only gonna get worse.
it's just ridiculous. Well, anyway, we could
Yeah.
get off on a whole
Oh,
tangent.
we could talk the next 39 minutes about that. But
Yeah,
we won't. We won't. But
letting these guys come back after already playing 4 years.
yeah, what's gonna happen in football if somebody gets cut here in training camp in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know
And technically wants to come back.
Indiana got a couple guys came back that,
So Louisville.
yeah. So yeah, the rich keep getting richer in these sports. Because if you were a 2-10 program, of which we know one,
Yes.
those kids aren't going to come back.
but yeah, like there's more of an uproar about this around college basketball than there is football.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. A guy like Donovan Dent, who's played at New Mexico State and then at UCLA, he said he's done playing basketball. And now all of a sudden, Gonzaga's point guard takes off, and he may end up being Gonzaga's point guard for $4 or $5 million this year, for all I know.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
it'll be interesting, but
yeah.
and who knows? By the time basketball season starts, that rule might not be in place anymore. But football, I think it's too close. I think they're gonna have to green light that for football.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. What a world! What a world!
Yep.
But golf world, switching worlds. The FedEx St. Jude Championship was held, and now it's over. Now we got 2 tournaments left for the 2026 season. And they've changed the format up the last few years. So now there's 50 guys left for the last 2 weeks. It used to be what, 70?
They used to start out with 100, and then down to 70, and then down to 50, and then to 30. They basically eliminated a tournament.
Yeah. But that 50 is a big number because that gets you guaranteed into the signature events for next season. Yeah. One guy, big name in the golf world, even though he hasn't won in a long time and has not had a single top 10 finish this year, Jordan Spieth ended up being on the outside looking in.
Yeah. And he had he was at 600, the number he needed to get to make it, with I don't know, 6, 7, 8 holes to go, and things did not go well for Jordan.
He and my guy Ricky Fowler paired together, and they neither one came into the house very strong.
Yeah.
They both fell on their face towards the end of that tournament.
Is Ricky right now in the top 30?
He's 29th. So this is a big week for him in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Big week. Yep. Because last year, this is where his season ended. And he missed by 1 stroke, I believe. 1 or 2 strokes.
And if you're in the top 30, you're guaranteed to be in all the majors next year too.
Yep. That's the big thing. He hasn't played in Augusta for the last couple of years. And when he gets there, he plays pretty well. That's the one major he hadn't got in for a little while. So.
Yeah. All of them want to be in Augusta.
Sure. But Scotty Scheffler got it done. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Even though he hasn't won much this year at all, but he's always just right there. And I was telling you when we were watching a portion of it Saturday, it comes down to Scotty making putts. Scotty makes putts, he usually wins. Yeah.
Well, this ended up being the best putting week of his career.
Yeah.
What I hear, he had with 4 or 5 holes to go yesterday, he had made 14 putts over 10 feet, which is kind of ridiculous if you think about it.
I don't know if I've made that many over 10 feet this year in all my rounds combined.
Well, the times I played with you, I can tell you no. I didn't say 2 feet either.
No, I don't. And you can't count on me and Scrant. Well, hopefully this weekend in our 2-man, I can help out a little bit, especially since it's a big cup tournament. But I can tell you in the scrambles I played, the regular 4 men, 4 women scrambles, nope. I maybe made a couple 4-footers, but no.
Yeah.
That's not what they bring me on board for. It's not my putting.
Okay. Yeah. Scotty, he's probably won the player of the year by winning this, even though he's only won 2 events, because nobody else has won more than 3.
Yeah.
Now I know the 2 he's won wouldn't equal, say, Wyndham Clark winning the U.S. Open and something else. But Rye, who won the PGA, that's his only win.
Yeah.
Fox, who won the Open. That's his only win.
Yeah.
And I think that's Rory's only win was the Masters, wasn't it?
I
Or
think you're right. I think you're right.
So
He hasn't played a lot.
No, Cam Young won the Players and another one.
Cam Young's won like 3 tournaments, hasn't he? Or if not, he was right there for many.
Yeah,
others,
he's right there. I know Gotterup's won 3, but yeah.
I mean, we will see there with two tournaments left. Somebody could get hot, win the next 2, win the FedEx Cup,
Yeah,
and then there's your player of the year, maybe. I don't know.
probably. If somebody wins the last 2, they probably will get it. But
Come on,
right
Rick.
now, I think it's got to be Scotty just because he's dominated all the stats.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been a lot of golfers who have had good years that just hasn't equated to a lot of wins.
Right. I know Siwoo Kim and
Yep.
Sam Burns have been in the hunt. And Sam Burns has been in the hunt.
Sungjae Im's another one.
Yeah.
Seems like he's in the hunt every weekend. But
he's starting to now. He had a tough start this year, but
Tommy Fleetwood usually in the mix.
Yeah, he's just only won one time in his career.
I know. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be maybe the best. He's got to be the best golfer that's won once on the tour, right? In his career. Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah. They try to get all this playoff golf and stuff done before the NFL starts.
Which is smart. Well, what a job Jim Nantz has, huh?
Yeah.
Goes from golf, even though I think NBC carries these last 2, but he goes from calling big time golf tournaments right into the NFL.
Well,
doesn't do college basketball anymore. So
this year CBS actually has the last 2.
Okay.
So he runs.
I think I was told wrong over the weekend by somebody. So.
Yeah. Well, historically NBC does take over, but I heard yesterday CBS has got these last 2.
Okay.
So
all right. But what are your thoughts on Live Golf and the future of Live Golf? They officially canceled their team championship event that was supposed to be in Michigan, even though tickets were still being on sale until this past few days. So they're doing everything, wrapping up everything, individual champion, team champion, everything this week at Chatham Hills down in the Indianapolis, Indiana area. But what are your thoughts on Live currently, and where do you think they go from here, if anywhere?
Well, it looks like it's going to dry up. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And they've lost Koepka and Reed over the last year. Then Mickelson's not been able to play this year for a variety of reasons. They lost a big name in Henrik Stenson, who was played so poor he had to be out.
Yeah.
So, the big names they had from the beginning, the Justin Johnsons and Cam Smiths, their games have kind of not.
Yeah, they fell off.
Yeah. And then you got guys like Joaquin Neiman and even Taylor Gooch that have made themselves pretty darn
Neiman
good money.
Gooch.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Neiman's won 10 times.
Yeah. Oh, you said money. I thought you were going to say notable, because I still think, unless you're a diehard golf fan, Joaquin Neiman's still a bigger name.
No question. Yeah, the only big relevant names that they have in golf right now are DeChambeau, Rahm, Hatton, and Neiman.
Yeah.
They're all probably all 4 top 20 players in the world.
Yeah.
With Rahm and DeChambeau being in the top 10.
Yeah.
But after that, they do have a lot of young guys who could potentially be, but nobody knows them because they never played on the PGA Tour.
Right.
But I still equate this a lot with the ABA and the NBA. The ABA started out and introduced, the red, white, and blue ball, the 3-point line, the dunk contest. The NBA kind of put all that in their game other than the red, white, and blue, and improved their product. And the PGA theoretically now has gone to these signature events and stuff that are quite a bit like Live, and 72 guys for 72 holes, no cuts.
Yeah.
And, which is what Live does, 54 guys with no cuts. I think maybe it's 57 this year, but it started out.
And it started out 54 holes, and then they made 72 this year. That kind of lost me. I liked that they did 3 days, and Live is the Roman numeral for 54. I don't know. They kind of lost me there when they did that.
Yeah. Well, they had to get world golf ranking points.
I know, and it didn't really work that well. So,
no.
Yeah, I don't know this Live 2.0. We still don't know who the exact investors are. And if it is a thing, they're scaling back to 10 tournaments next year, 5 globally, 5 within the U.S. Bryson DeChambeau is technically a free agent coming into this year. What's he going to do? Is he going to resign? Is he going to try to go back to the PGA Tour? Is he going to do his own thing with YouTube Golf growing and growing and growing, and his channel growing and growing and growing, and just playing the majors that he has exemption for? John Rahm, same thing. I mean, DP World Tour is really wanting him back. So,
well, I think what will end up happening is most of them will have to get back to the PGA via the DP World Tour.
yeah.
So, and so many of the live players are European or Australian or whatever. So, but for a guy like DeChambeau, does he want to go over to Europe? And who knows? It's it looked like it was going to work, but I just think the TV product was never equaled the golf product.
And they just threw out way too much money. And I know they had to get some of the players, but like when they got John Rahm started last year, I think there was people on the PGA Tour nervous. But
absolutely.
How the tables have turned since the start of 2025 is pretty incredible.
And you also have to wonder, a guy like Scheffler, he just won his 21st event. If Rahm and DeChambeau and Hatton and all those guys are in there, maybe he doesn't win all those,
Sure.
He can still win those majors because they're in there.
Yeah.
But
never know.
Yeah, and the PGA's making a change coming up here too. They're going to have kind of a tier 1.
Yeah, it's really confusing to me. I still don't understand it.
Yeah. So
I think it's going to hurt the product for the fans, but what do I know?
Well, yeah, if you're a guy who goes to a certain tournament every year, like Colonial or the Byron Nelson, and it's no longer a tier 1, you still want to pay that kind of money to go watch guys who are ranked 120th to 240?
No,
probably not.
No.
Is TV still going to show those? Yeah. So, yeah, we got quite a change coming on in golf.
Yep, it's interesting, but they need to do something. I mean, I consider myself a pretty big time golf fan, and I don't find myself glued to the TVs for golf tournaments unless it's majors or my favorite Ricky Fowler's in contention. So,
yeah, I agree.
So. All right. Well, you want to get educated about some sporting events that have happened on August 17th?
I do.
All right. On this day, 1933, MLB player Lou Gehrig played his then record 1,308th consecutive game.
Okay. The Iron Man.
It's a lot of games. This is awful, but I gotta. It's incredible, so that's why I shared it. On this day, 1957, baseball player Richie Ashburn fouls and hits fan Alice Roth twice in the same at-bat while played for the Philadelphia Phillies. The first hit broke her nose. The second one hits her while she's on a stretcher. Breaks her nose, gets on a stretcher, hits her again.
My God. Once they got her out, he probably hit a home run and smacked her right in the stomach as she's getting. Yeah, that's a bad day. That's a bad day. She should get her money back.
She should go get a lottery ticket.
Or at least free popcorn or something.
Something mad. On this day, 1966, Willie Mays took then second place on the all-time home run list.
Yeah, which would probably have been Jimmy Fox. Probably this was the guy who was second before. I think Jimmy hit 534.
Babe, of course, was first.
Yeah, the Babe.
With 714.
Correct.
So, on this day, 1969, who won the PGA Championship?
69? Was that Al Guy?
I gave you some quick quizzes on this, but we didn't go back to the 60s over the weekend.
Yeah,
it is PGA. Not. It was Raymond Floyd won his first of 4 major titles by 1 stroke over Gary Player.
Okay.
On this day, 1973, Lee Trevino hit his first hole-in-one.
Really?
This must be Willie Mays' day, because on this day, 1973, Mets first baseman Willie Mays hit his 660th and last career home run.
Yeah, he was kind of. It was kind of sad at the end with Willie Mays. He
I
just
didn't even
wasn't
know
the
he played on the
same.
Mets at the end.
He did. Yeah.
On this day in 1980, George Brett went 4 for 4, raising his batting average to 401.
Yeah. Right
I'll
now,
never see that again.
321's leading all of baseball right now.
Yeah, one of my 26 bold predictions for 2026 was somebody would hit 350 this year. Not happening.
Yeah. You're lucky if you have an on base percentage of 350 now.
Yeah. Let's see here. On this day in 1989, Baltimore Orioles shortstop Cal Ripken played his 1,208th consecutive game, moved to third place all time behind Lou Gehrig and the Boston Red Sox / New York Yankees Everett Scott.
Okay.
On this day in 1990, Carlton Fisk hit at the time a White Sox record 187th home run.
He's still seen as a Boston Red Sox by most people. But
yeah,
I had no idea he had that many homers for the Chicago White Sox.
On this day in 1990, Mike Tyson got in trouble. Well, that's no surprise. I'll leave it at that.
In Indianapolis.
Yes, I will leave it at that. On this day in 1997, who won the PGA Championship? It was at Wingfoot Golf Club. I'll even give you the course.
Was that Davis Love?
Davis Love III won his only major title by 5 strokes ahead of
Justin Leonard.
On this day in 2003, who won the PGA Championship at Oak Hill Country Club?
I think that was Rich Beam.
Sean McKeel.
Yeah.
He won his lone major title by 2 strokes ahead of, any idea who got runner-up?
I can remember. You're going to have to give it to me, though.
Chad Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of Olympics in 2008. Let's see here. On this day in 2021, Joel Embiid signed a 4-year, $196 million extension with the 76ers.
He's played about 4 games since then.
Yeah, he's a good player, but geez, play some ball. So that's going to do it for the On This Day list, which is brought to you by, like it is every week, Blue River Digital. Blue River Digital is a full-service smart marketing agency. They help businesses simplify marketing and grow with intention. Their focus is on systems, strategy, and long-term results, not hype or one-off tactics. They offer digital marketing, website development, graphic design, printing, indirect mail, signage and vehicle graphics, corporate apparel, promotional items, and AI and automations. They work with small, medium, and large businesses spanning across the United States with a strong presence in Northern Indiana. Contact them today at 260-248-2749 to see how they can help you and your business with your digital marketing. All right. Well, since we're going to be talking SEC, my blind rankings list is SEC related.
All right.
And it's even SEC coaches related. I got 5 coaches here who I consider pretty good collegiate head coaches, but they've never won a national title.
Okay.
And I want you to list them 1 through 5 and how you rank their careers.
Okay.
Starting with Tommy Tuberville, who coached in the SEC, most notably at Auburn.
And now he's a United States Senator.
Correct.
He also coached at Cincinnati.
And Texas Tech.
And Texas. I'm going to put him as 4.
4? All right. Dan Mullen, current coach at UNLV. He coached in the SEC at Mississippi State and Florida.
Yeah. I'm going to go.
I think he's a good coach. I think he's a good coach.
I do too, but in this case, I think you got some big names. I'm going to go 5.
All right, 5. Mark Richt, old Georgia head coach.
Yeah, he was extremely successful, but under his tenure, Georgia never quite made the, the big one. But I would say 3 for him.
3. All right, so you got 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Open. Brian Kelly, short stint in the SEC, really.
Yeah.
At LSU.
Yeah, he'd be in my bottom 5 of likable college football coaches. I guess I'm going to put him 2. He did get Notre Dame to a BCS championship game.
And got him to a playoff another time.
Yeah.
when it was a 14 playoff. And I mean,
Yeah.
he's very unlikable, but he was good at Central Michigan. He was good at Cincinnati. Got them to a BCS bowl against Florida, then ditched them for Notre Dame. So
yeah, he was good at Notre Dame too.
just didn't quite work out at LSU for him
No.
and his family
Yeah.
and his Southern accent.
Yeah.
What a
He
joke.
took that drawl down to
What a
Louisiana
joke.
with him. Yeah.
What a joke. So your number one spot is Houston Nutt, who coached at Ole Miss and Arkansas.
Okay. Well, I guess he's one. If I had to redo it, I would who was at 3 again?
Mark Richt.
I'd put Richt as 1. I'd put Tuberville at 2. I'd put Kelly at 3. I'd put Mullen at 4, and I would put old Houston Nutt at 5.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. I think I'd have Brian Kelly over Tuberville, just as far as a whole career goes, I guess. But
Yeah.
but if we're just focusing on SEC, yeah, Tuberville, just for his tenure, his length,
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
over Kelly. But that is the blind ranking segment brought to you by, like it is every week, Proforma Print 2 Promo Group. If you're looking for a trustworthy, dependable resource for your next trade show, company picnic, or a sales meeting in 2026 or 2027, Proforma Print 2 Promo Group has over 50 years combined experience in promotional products and commercial print. They strive for fast and efficient response to all your print needs, so you need to look no further. Let them be your one-source print and promotional company today by giving Barbara Van Weinsberger a call at 574-210-3815. All right, SEC. Southeastern Conference, and as they tell us, it just means more.
It does.
Even though the AP top 25 came out today, and for the first time since 2015, a SEC team is not ranked number 1.
I know. They did have 9 teams in this top 25.
They did. Your top 25 poll real quick for the AP. Number 1, Ohio State. 2, Oregon. 3, Georgia. 4, Notre Dame, for just the 4th time in the last 34 years that they're ranked in the top 10 to start the year.
Really?
Texas 5, Indiana 6, Miami 7, Texas A&M 8, Ole Miss 9, Oklahoma 10, LSU 11, Texas Tech 12, Alabama 13, BYU 14, tied with 14 with USC, I guess. 16 is Michigan, 17 Washington, 18 Penn State, 19 SMU, 20 Tennessee, 21 Utah, 22 Iowa, 23 Houston, 24 Louisville, and 25 Missouri.
Doesn't that sound an awful lot like last year's top 25?
Yep.
Because we have no idea who's going to be this year's.
No, you don't.
Texas Tech and Indiana, teams that
or
kind
Ole
of
Miss.
Ole Miss.
Yep.
Someone will.
Yep.
We just
Somebody
don't know who they are.
J-Man also sent me his list. He ranked the SEC teams where he thought would finish between 1 through 16.
Mm-hmm.
I did the same. I believe you did, or at least if not, you got some contenders.
I threw some down.
But who do you have as the worst team in the SEC this year?
I had Mississippi State.
All right. J-Man had them at 15. I had them at 14, and I actually went through the records. I have Mississippi State going 3-9, 1-8 in the conference.
Okay.
And J-Man, I'm 15. J-Man and I both have Arkansas at 16. I have the Razorbacks finishing 2-10 and 0-9 in the conference.
I have them at 15. So
okay.
Bottom of the barrel.
Yep. And I don't have a lot of thoughts on some of these teams at the bottom. I know Mississippi State went 5-7 last year. Arkansas got rid of Sam Pittman. They got a brand new head coach, which name's escaping me right now.
Those are tough jobs.
Yeah. Let me see who they're. Ryan Silverfield, that's right, came to Arkansas from Memphis, where he did a pretty good job.
Oh, yeah.
So who do you have at 15?
Kentucky.
J-Man, like I said, at Mississippi State. I also had Kentucky going 3-9, 1-8. Also a brand new coach at Kentucky this year, as Mark Stoops finally got the axe there. Felt like he was the head coach there forever. Their new head coach is Will Stein, not sure how you pronounce the name, but he was formerly the OC and quarterbacks coach at Oregon.
Okay.
So should bring a fun style of football, I would think, to Kentucky, to say the least. A program that our favorite program, Purdue, recruits against quite often, it seems like. At 14, I had Mississippi State. J-Man has Kentucky. Who do you have at 14?
I have a team that's in the top 25, I believe, Missouri.
Wow, you have Missouri.
Yeah.
Not believer in Drinkwitz.
No, I know they lost quite a bit.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. They have tough schedule. J-Man has Missouri 11th, which he hates Missouri. And I have Missouri 10th, going 7-5, 4-5 in conference.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because I think they're boring to watch. So
they have the biggest logo at midfield amongst about anybody, and their numbers on their yard lines are huge.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I had Mississippi State at 14. I think I said that earlier. Who do you have at 13?
That's where I had Arkansas.
Oh, okay. J-Man has Auburn. I have Vanderbilt. I have them going 4-8, 1-8 in conference. I think Clark Lee's done a great job there, but they lost Diego Pavia, who was a Heisman finalist last year. I just don't see how they don't take a step back.
I think Vanderbilt also had a pretty big time receiver, didn't they? That was drafted in the second or third round in the NFL.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Who do you have 12th?
Well, 13th, right? Let's see, 16.
You said he had Arkansas at 13th, right?
Yeah, 12th I had Vandy.
Okay, I have J-Man has Vandy. I have Florida going 4-8, 2-7 in Summerall's first season there. I left Tulane to take the Florida job. A lot of talent. I just think it's going to take a little time.
Yeah. Yeah, Florida's one. They got good players. We'll just have to see.
It's just that the SEC, like the Big Ten, just a gauntlet.
Yeah.
Just a gauntlet.
Yeah, I would be surprised if all these teams you have going 3-9 and 4-8, they'll probably end up with more wins than that. But
some of them have tough non-conference. Like Florida plays Florida State in a non-conference. A lot of these teams, like they don't all play Cupcake City.
No, that's
conference too. So
no. Matter of fact, week 2 is a big week for SEC because Texas and Ohio State.
Yeah, huge.
Oklahoma and Michigan, underrated, huge.
Yeah.
And then even Mississippi State and Minnesota.
LSU plays Clemson week 1.
Yeah, but I'm talking 3 Big Ten versus SEC.
Yeah,
those will be circled.
Yeah,
So
who do you have 11th?
11th, I have the Auburn Tigers.
J-Man has Missouri. I also have Auburn at 11, 7-5, 4-5 in conference.
Actually, it's Auburn War Eagles, isn't it, in football?
No, War Eagles are champ, but it's still Tigers.
Okay.
They're Auburn Tigers. Did they get a new coach? Yes, they got Alex Golish from South Florida.
Oh, well, they also have the second largest scoreboard in the country.
Behind Illinois.
Yeah.
Purdue has third now.
Weren't they first just 2 years ago, Purdue?
They were.
Yeah.
Illinois doubled them. That
know.
thing is humongous. So good for Bert, as I call him, Brett Bielema.
Yeah.
Who do you got 10th?
I have South Carolina.
J-Man has South Carolina. I have Missouri, 7-5, 4-5. I got South Carolina up at 9, so one spot ahead. Sellers, their quarterback, he's probably a dark horse for the Heisman.
Yeah, I know Louis Riddick, who I really like. He thought he was early last year. Thought he's the best quarterback in the SEC. So
he had he was projected top 10 pick going into last year, and he didn't have that great a year.
Just didn't work for him last year.
But a big year for Shane Beamer. I think he better at least win 7 games, and that might not even be good enough, to be honest.
That's also a very tough job.
It is.
Not only are you in the SEC, but then you're fighting Clemson every year.
Yep.
More players and playing them.
It's one that's never got over the hump, at least in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So I used to look at South Carolina, Clemson, and Georgia pretty similar when I was growing up. 2 of them have got over the hump. The other one still hasn't.
Right.
So, all right. So I had them at 9. Who do you have at 9?
I have Florida Gators at 9.
That's who you and J-Man must compare notes. He has the Gators at 9.
Yeah.
Who do you have at 8?
I have the Tennessee Volunteers.
You and J-Man compared notes, I think.
Yeah.
He has Tennessee at 8. I have Ole Miss, who's ranked very high in the top 25. I have them going 7-5, 5-4 in conference. They were a playoff team last year, but Lane Kiffin goes to LSU. Charlie Weiss Jr. goes to LSU. Their defensive coordinator is promoted to head coach. They have a quarterback returning in Chalmers, who's like 100 years old.
Chambliss, isn't it?
Chambliss. Why did I say Chalmers? Chambliss. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like they're going to fall off. Yeah,
Well, they could. Well, yeah, it's a tough conference.
It's a very tough conference.
Yeah.
You guys both at Tennessee at 7. I have Josh Heupel and the Volunteers at 7, going 8-4, 5-4 in conference. I have a lot of teams going 5-4 in conference. Who do you have at 7?
I have Mississippi.
J-Man has Alabama and puts that Kalen DeBoer will be fired.
Well, if they go 7th, he probably will be. People forget he got him into the 12-team playoff last year.
And they beat Oklahoma, but then got rocked by Indiana.
Yeah.
Yep. I have Alabama at 6, finishing 9-3, 6-3 conference. But I also think DeBoer gets fired. That was one of my 26 bowl predictions for 2026.
Yeah.
Who do you have at 6?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where I have A&M.
You have A&M. J-Man has Oklahoma. So I think Oklahoma's going to be pretty good with Brett Venables. I think he figures it out this year.
Well, I just figured out I missed one team in all these, and it was Oklahoma. I forgot to put them anywhere.
Well, Mateer coming back at QB, they're going to be in the mix. They're going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Rounding out the top 5, and I got to think this is your playoff contending teams here. Even though I had Alabama 9-3, but my top 5 are the ones I think that could get in.
Well, I would have Oklahoma at 5.
Okay. I got A&M finishing 9-3, 6-3 in conference. J-Man has LSU, and neither of us have them. Our 5th teams cracking the playoffs.
Okay.
4 spots. Who do you got?
I have Bama at 4.
I got LSU 9-3, 7-2, but because it was one of my 26 bowl predictions for 2026, I don't have them making the playoff. So I have 3 teams getting in from the SEC. J-Man has 4, starting with his 4th place team of Ole Miss.
Okay.
Who's your number 3?
I have LSU at 3.
You have LSU at 3. I have Oklahoma at 3, going 10-2, 7-2 in conference, but getting in the playoff. J-Man has A&M number 3, getting into the playoff, which they did last year.
Right.
Lost to Miami. Who do you have as your runner-up?
I have the Bulldogs of Georgia.
That makes all 3 of us the Bulldogs of Georgia. I have their only loss being in the SEC championship to Texas.
Okay.
And Texas is only lost to Ohio State.
I have Texas 1 as well.
And so does J-Man, and he says Arch Manning, Offensive Player of the Year for the conference.
They have, like you been saying, it's a good quarterback conference. But
yes. I mean, there's
Chambliss, Mateer, Gunnar Stockton, Arch Manning,
Levitt at LSU.
Oh, yeah. And then
Pond at A&M.
A&M, yeah. And Sellers at South Carolina. Yeah.
Yep. And I think, I can't think of that. Tennessee got a new guy. Missouri's quarterbacks, I think, pretty solid. I mean, a lot of them got transfer quarterbacks that we're not even mentioning. So,
yeah.
Yep. So, yeah. So I got J-Man has Texas, Georgia, A&M, and Ole Miss getting the playoff. I have Texas, Georgia, and Oklahoma. Which, let's be honest, they'll probably get 4 teams in. But
I think they'll get 4 teams. I have Georgia and Texas in. But then I think I have 8 teams I think will make it, and then I have a bunch of teams that 8 teams, in the final 12, and then I have 5 or 6 teams that'll fight for those last few spots.
Yeah, I know J-Man and I last few weeks we had 2 from the Big 12, BYU and Texas Tech. We both had making the playoff. Then we had 1, of course, from the group of 6. I had it be in Boise State, and I don't remember who J-Man picked, to be honest. So
did he pick one of the academies?
I don't think he did.
Okay.
I can't think of who he picked, but But then, we got to figure out ACC's kind of down next, who are previewing next week. But of course, Notre Dame's going to be very good. And then the Big Ten's going to be very good. So we got some tough cuts here to make. So that was also in the back of my mind.
The 8 teams I thought would make it are Ohio State, Oregon, USC, and IU from the Big Ten.
Okay.
Georgia, Notre Dame, Texas, and Miami. And then fighting for those other spots, Texas Tech and or BYU, Bama, Clemson, Ole Miss, and LSU.
Where's your group of 6?
Well, and then that team.
Yeah, because they have to have one. So.
I know. I have no idea if it's Jim Madison again or whoever.
James Madison, UNLV, Tulane. I mean, James Madison and Tulane both aren't going to make it again, like we saw last year. That's not going to happen. So,
no.
But real quick, before we wrap up with the Birdie or Bogey, I want to get a few of your thoughts because this is probably the last time you'll be on until college football actually starts. Real quick, thoughts on Ryan Day moving up senior day from the last week of the season when they host Michigan clear up to week 1 this year.
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, I think it's very embarrassing. I think it shows that Michigan lives in your head for whatever reason. And I just think that's just I just think it's so laughable for a great program as Ohio State to do something like that.
That is strange. I guess he wants all the focus on the game.
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a special event for players who are playing their last home game there for their parents and everything.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Soft. That's a soft look for a very good program.
Well, the nation's premier program.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then, of course, we're Purdue University fans. Expectations going into for Purdue this year, and what would you be happy with this year, record wise?
Well, this just sounds so defeatist, but I'm hoping for at least 5 wins, 5 and 7.
I would take 5 and 7. It's a tough schedule, and Purdue has not won a Big Ten game in 2 years.
But I mean, they have opportunities. They have like Maryland and Minnesota at home, which are very winnable games. They had winnable games last year though, like Rutgers at home, and they didn't take care of it.
And they had Minnesota on the road and on the ropes, and couldn't get it done.
I do think UCLA is going to be much better this year.
Yep.
That'll be a tough game.
James Madison's old coach there.
Yeah, we both thought that Wake Forest game is so humongous.
It's huge.
Yeah, they gotta get over that hump of beating. And Wake Forest won 9 games last year, and I realized they may have lost a ton or whatever, but
I mean, too many times over the years we've seen Syracuse come in and get a win. TCU, they're a better program than Purdue, but comparable programs but Purdue did beat Boston College and Vanderbilt under Jeff Brom. But we've seen like I said, Syracuse come in and get a win. Over Wake Forest. And 2002 came in and got a win. Purdue. So we've seen this too many times. Purdue's
absolutely.
Purdue's got to get off the good start. September's crucial.
Yeah, after that, they got Notre Dame week 4.
After you play out at UCLA at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, if they could somehow get Wake Forest and UCLA.
Then, if you're looking at 3-0 start, I mean, my gosh.
Yeah. But right now I'd take one of those 2.
Yep. So I'm right there with you. All right, Birdie or Bogey, kind of a confusing question. Oh, and I actually got to make a bucket prediction of the week. I have not done that. I guess my bucket prediction week will be a long one, but I'm calling 3 teams from the SEC to make the college football playoff. So that's Tanner's bucket prediction of the week, which is brought to you by Travis Wottring Insurance Agency. Travis Wottring is a multi-line agent for Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, specializing in home insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, renter insurance, and much more. Give Travis a call at 219-869-4561 for all your insurance needs. Birdie or Bogey, there's been 6 SEC coaches who at least coached one game in the 2010s with at least 100 career conference wins. Name those 6 coaches.
I'm going to go with Saban.
Nick Saban's number 1 with 254 career SEC wins.
I think Spurrier at least coached a game or 2 at South Carolina.
Yes, he coached clear till 2015. He had 208 career SEC wins.
I'm going to go with Fulmer from Tennessee.
Last game he coached was 08. So close. He would have been on there if I went back that far.
Okay. The other three I had written down was Mark Rick.
Yes, 145 wins.
I also had Kirby Smart.
117 wins already for Kirby.
And I had old Les Miles.
Les Miles, 114 wins. Good pull there. So
he's the one I couldn't remember his name forever, and then it just dawned on me
good
about
pull.
10
And he did
minutes ago.
so bad at Kansas, but he was a national champion coach at LSU, and I think he only lost like 37 conference games there. So there's one guy that you left off the list. This guy's 103. Oh. He's an active coach in college football, I should say.
Yeah, so he's not in the. No, it can't be. I started thinking of James Franklin, but he wouldn't have won 100 games.
No, not a Vanderbilt. No,
there's no way. I don't want to waste your show. Who was it?
Dan Mullen with 103.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have thought of him.
He did pretty darn good, Starksville from Mississippi State. He had him ranked number 1 in the country with Dak Prescott at one time.
That's true.
So yeah. I mean, I compare Mississippi State a lot to Purdue.
Yeah, so. Iowa State, Mississippi State, some of these. Yeah, I agree.
So, well, thanks, Dad, for filling in for the J-Man. And J-Man will be back next week as we are back at it, same time, same day, with our ACC and Notre Dame season preview. Have a good week, everybody.
Take care.